So hello students, we have seen the what is stack and how a stack will be represented in the memory using array, and then we have seen the different operations, that is two basic operations, push and pop, how push and pop operations are accomplished in a stack if it is represented using an array. Now in today's video we will see how to implement a stack in the memory using a linked list. So in my first video of regarding stack, I shared that a stack can be represented in the memory in two ways. So there is a array representation and there is linked list representation. So array, we have already seen how array representation is used, and now we will see how we can implement a stack using linked list. Okay, so implementing a stack using linked list. Now when a stack is implemented as a linked list, it is actually termed as linked stack. So we will use the term as linked stack. So what is a linked stack? The stack which is implemented in the memory using a linked list. So we know that linked list means it is a collection of nodes, and each node must have two fields. One is info field, one is link field, so that the link info field contains the data item and link field contains address of the neighboring nodes. So how that linked list will be used to represent a stack? Now if we perform the push and popper, so now suppose, see, in a linked list, if you recall my video of linked list, we can insert or delete. You can insert or delete node from any position of a linked list. Okay, but now when you implement linked list, when we implement a stack using linked list, we will do insertion and deletion in a restricted manner. So we cannot just insert a node at anywhere. We cannot insert at the node at the beginning, at the end, or at any position. No, there must be some restriction. So before that, let me tell you how to represent a stack using linked list. See, to represent a linked stack, we need a single linked list. So as usual, we will require a single linked list. So you know, single linked list means that must be a collection of nodes. Now each node of the linked list must contains info field as usual, and also the info field contains the data item, and we also need a link field to point to the neighboring node. Now here in linked list we maintain a start pointer. You recall, start pointer points to the first node. Now in a linked stack, here the pointer variable start, which was we used to point to the start node, that pointer variable start is now replaced by another pointer variable, we call it top. So instead of start, we will use a pointer variable top, and this pointer variable also contains an address, and we say whatever address it contains, the address points to the topmost node. So topmost node means the node which has been inserted into the node into the linked list most recently. So why I am saying most recently? Most recently means the node arrives at the last. So whichever node arrives late, that node will become my top node, because I am maintaining a stack. You know that in a stack is a LIFO structure, last in first out. So whichever node enter into the linked list last, that has to be removed first. So we say the node which is entered into the linked list last, that will be my top node or topmost node. So the pointer variable top will point to that node. Okay. Now the push operation. So we know in a stack push and pop operation are taking place. Now and the same operation will be done in a linked list, in a linked stack. How? The push operation into a stack is accomplished by inserting a node at the top end of the stack or of the linked list. Okay, so whichever node is pointed by top, now I will want to insert another node, and that new node will be inserted in the top side. So in the top end. Okay, similarly, pop operation is accomplished by removing a node which is pointed by the top pointer variable. So top is a pointer variable. So now we want to perform pop operation, means remove. Which one we should remove? The node which is pointed by the pointer variable top will be removed. Okay, and if the stack is empty, so suppose initially there are no item, so we say stack is empty. Now since the stack is going to be implemented as a linked list, we will say the linked list contains no nodes at all. So when there are no nodes, the variable top is assigned a null value. So means when top is null, we say the linked list doesn't contain any node, hence we say the stack is empty. Okay, so let me explain you with some example. Now suppose right now variable top is equals to null. So this criteria suggests stack is empty. Okay, now suppose after that we will apply push some data. Let's say push A. This is the data, this is the item that we want to push. So when we push, how the linked list will be constructed? See, there will be first node. Let us assume this is the address of the node, and this is info part, and this one is link part. Okay, now since this is the first and last node, the info part contains data A, the link part will contain 0, or you can call it null, and the address of this particular block will be assigned in a variable top. So now top points to the first node, so this is now topmost node. Okay guys, now after this, suppose again we conducted, this is first operation. Now suppose we again conducted push M. This is the second push operation. Now how that push operation will be conducted? Let me explain. So now what happens? A new node will be created. Now this new node will be inserted in the top end, means the existing top node will be pushed towards right side. So let me tell you how. Now suppose this is my new node. Okay, its address is, let's say, 200, and data store will be M. Now after you insert, once you have to insert it in the existing set of nodes, what you will do? The link part of new node, this is link part, now should points to 100. Okay, so what happens? So this is my 100, this block is 100, and what are the values stored in 100? The info part contains this particular node, contains A, link part contains 0, so it points to this node. Okay, now there must be variable top. Earlier, before inserting this pushing M, the variable top was pointing to 100, so top points to this particular node. Now once a new node arrives and it has pushed the existing node, the value of top will be updated by 200. So okay, this will be my scenario. So which one is the most recently inserted node? Out of this node, which arrives left? N. So this one will be my top node. Okay, now suppose again I will perform push, let's say push D. So what will be the structure of the stack? See, already in my stack there are two nodes. Okay, now what happens? Since I need to push D, a new node will be created. So this is my new node. Its link field, its info field will contain D, and link field will point to 200. So we say the new node has pushed these existing two node after insertion. So this node will push. So this new node must have its own address. Let's say its address is 150. This is the address. So now this address will be stored in variable top. So what is the value of top? 150. So top points to new node. You got it? Okay. I hope you are now becoming more and more clear. Now if we perform a pop operation at that moment, so after performing 3 push operation, now let us assume we initiated pop operation. So when I initiated pop operation, I don't have to tell the data. I simply perform, when I simply activate pop operation. So which will be pop? Pop means remove. So which of the node will be removed? The node which is added most recently. Most recently means the node which arrives in the list at the last. So out of these 3 nodes, which node arrives late? Last means not the last node. Here last means the node that arrives late. So which one arrived late? This one. Okay. So when we initiate pop, this value D will be removed and these 2 nodes will be closer to top. So how it happens? See, so after pop operation, M, this will be 100, its address is 200, it will point to A and the link field of A is 0, and the variable top will be now changed. Earlier the variable top was 150. Now after pop operation, the value of top will become again 200. So these are the changes that must be conducted when we perform push and pop operation. If once again I need a push operation, then again this M will be shifted, A will be shifted, M will be shifted, a new node will arrive and value of top will change. So this is how push and pop operation is conducted in a stack if it is represented using linked list. Okay, now you must be, that means you must be thinking, or you must just consider it, whenever a new node in a single linked list is arrived, it has to be inserted at the beginning and it has to be removed from the beginning. Then it becomes a linked stack. When we perform insertion and deletion operation in a linked list from the same end, okay, instead of just inserting or deleting from anywhere, if we perform insertion and deletion in a restricted manner, means we will perform insertion and deletion at the same end, then that linked list will behave like a stack, because the operation in such a linked list becomes stacked operation, last in first out operation. So that linked list will become a stack. Okay, so this is how we represent a stack in our memory. Okay guys, hope you understood. In our next video we will see algorithms to perform push and pop operation in a linked stack. So in this type of stack, when we perform, how to perform push and pop operation, for that we will write some algorithms. Okay, see, those algorithms will be very much similar to inserting a node at the beginning of a linked list as well as deleting a node from the beginning of a linked list. Okay, so we'll see in the next video. Till then, thank you.